Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Continuing in Riyadh Salihin, Volume 2, Book number 8, the Book of Virtues. Narrated Hudhaifa radiyallahu anhu, I offered salah with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam one night, and he started reciting Surah Al-Baqarah. I thought that he would go in ruku at the end of 100 verses, but he continued reciting, and I thought that he would perhaps recite this surah in the whole rak'ah, but he continued the recitation. I thought he would perhaps bow on completing the surah. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam then started reciting Surah An-Nisa, which he followed with Surah Al-Ali Imran. He recited leisurely. When he recited a verse which mentioned the glory of Allah, he glorified Allah by saying Subhanallah. And when he recited the verse which tells how the Lord is to be begged, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam would then beg from him. And when he recited a verse asking one to seek Allah's protection, he would seek Allah's protection. Then he bowed and said, Subhana Rabbil Azim. His bowing lasted about the same length of time as his standing. And then on returning to the standing position after ruku, he would say, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd. And he would then stand about the same length of time as he had spent in bowing. He would then prostrate himself and say, Subhana Rabbil A'la, and his prostration lasting nearly the same length of time as his standing. Muslim. This hadith has already been mentioned in his commentary on Sahih Muslim. Imam An-Nawawi has interpreted the words occurring in this hadith as I thought he would perhaps recite in the whole rak'ah. Here rak'ah means complete salah, 2 rak'ah. This interpretation is necessary for the reason that in its absence, the meaning of the next sentence go wrong. Due to this reason, we have kept these meaning in view in our translation. In any case, it furnishes justification for the desirability of long qiaam, the desirability of congregation in nafil salah, and the maintenance of the correct sequence in the recitation of the surah of the Quran in prayer, which is not accepted by many people. Narrated Jabir radiyallahu anhu that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, which salah is the best? He sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, the best salah is that in which qiyaam is long. Muslim. We learn from this hadith that of all the articles of salah, ruku, sujood, etc., it is best to lengthen the qiyaam, because the greater the qiyaam is, the longer the recitation of the Quran will be. Since the recitation of the Quran is the best form of remembrance of Allah, the lengthening of qiyaam is also most meritorious. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr radiyallahu anhuma that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the salah which is dearest to Allah is that of Prophet Dawood, and as-sawm which is dearest to Allah is that of Prophet Dawood. He used to sleep half the night, get up to offer salah for 1/3 of it, then sleep through the remaining 1/6 of it, and he used to observe sawm on alternate days. Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Since Islam has strictly forbidden self-affliction to the extent that it has forbidden hardship even in worship, compulsory awakening for salah at midnight and observing sawm for the whole month except of the month of Ramadan is disapproved. The model set by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the ideal pattern of moderation in this respect. In this hadith, the fasting and the prayer of Prophet Dawood have been regarded most pleasing to Allah because their conduct had a moderation which is enjoined by Islam. Narrated Jabir radiyallahu anhu that I heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, every night there is a special space of time during which whatever a Muslim asks Allah of any good relating to this life or the hereafter, it will be granted to him. And this moment comes every night, Muslim. Like the special moment in Jummah, the time when this special moment occurs every night is not determined, but it is generally in the late hours of the night because that is the best time for worship. As in the case of Laylatul Qadr, the wisdom of keeping it secret lies in the inducement to search it by means of worship and prayer, praise and remembrance of Allah. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.